We want them to have that aha moment, feel that energy and feel that, I guess, alignment between themselves and your offer. Stop and don't spend another single cent on advertising until you listen to this. I'm Marianne Amies. This is Ready, Set, Paid Ads, digital marketing for paid ad success. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. Today I'm kicking off a new series called Ad Hacks. Ad hacks are going to be bite-sized 10-minute episodes that are really practical and hands-on. They're going to be on topics that you can implement as you're listening or a couple of days later once you've thought about it at your computer. I want them to be easy wins for you and ways that you can start to transform the way you DIY your ads or help you inform the strategy for the person that might be managing your ads for you. So to kick off today, I've got 5 power phrases that make your CTAs convert. So what happens when you've got great creative that you're loving, you're getting the clicks, but nothing is happening? People aren't converting. You might be getting engagement with your ads, likes, comments, and those sorts of things, but you're not getting results. Sometimes the problem isn't your audience and it's not even your creative. It's actually your call to action or your CTA. So in this episode, really quick, really actionable, I'm going to run you through 5 CTA phrases that you can steal today and start testing and see if they make a difference in your ad account. So firstly, let's go back over CTAs. So CTAs are call to action. What are they? They're our way of telling our audience what we want them to do. And it's so funny. I was just having a conversation this morning with a mentee around her social media, and she was mentioning to me that she wants to be a bit more salesy. She wants to talk about how people can do the thing. And it even reflects the podcast episode with Emma Lovell, where we talked about asking for the sale, reaching out, telling people. So often in our organic content, we add all this value and we spend a lot of time talking about what we do, showcasing what we do, but not a lot of time inviting people to convert. And when it comes to ads, we're now paying for that airspace. So if our objective is to convert, we want to make sure that we have a really clear way for that to happen. So a great CTA is clear. It's actionable. It's emotionally engaging. And when we need it, it adds that sense of urgency. So clear is about being so specific about what you want someone to do. Saying reach out and let's talk more is very different to saying book a discovery call. Reach out could mean you want messages. It could just mean you want me to comment on this post. I don't know what to do. So let's get very clear about what we want them to do and let's make it actionable. So actionable is the tangible thing they can do. They can buy, they can connect, they can click, they can sign up. What is that action? And if you've worked in meta ads especially, you'll know those action buttons are quite rigid in terms of what the labels on them are. And it's even important to think about what label you're putting on that button. So does it say click here or does it say more info or does it say shop now? That's also part of that action. Emotionally engaging is about connecting with your audience. So making sure your CTA makes them feel something, gets them excited, gets them ready, gets them into action mode. And as I touched on, urgency when needed. So we don't want to be those businesses that are hurry, only 2 spots left, or hurry, offer ends in 24 hours, now. Obviously, there's times to be urgent. If you've got a program and the doors are closing, yeah, that's an urgency. If this is your Black Friday sale, there's a clear finish date to that. So we want to create urgency. But if you're a service business or you're a product business showcasing your best sellers, you don't need to put that false sense of urgency into people. And sometimes that can turn people away as well. So the tip is also to match your CTA to the stage of awareness that your audience is in. If your audience is at the top of the funnel, so they're just discovering you, your CTAs are going to be about learning more or reading the article. If your audience is more in that middle of funnel, so they are aware of you and you're trying to get that first action, that's download the freebie, or it might be buying a low cost digital product. And so our CTA is going to match where they're at. And then if your audience is in that last stage of conversion, well, then we want to make sure our CTAs are just show me the money, buy now, shop now, grab it here, book in now, and make that energy be that bottom of funnel energy where we know we've taken them on a journey. We know they're ready. And now it's time to do business. So let's dive into the top 5 phrases. So, a first phrase I want you to try is show me how. So that works great with guides, workshop, lead magnets, definitely around that kind of middle funnel where we've built up some trust. They know who we are, feels very helpful and interactive. Don't say learn more. Learn more is so bland, it's so vanilla. Show me how. Show me how it works. In your copy, you've probably talked about how this guide or this lead magnet is going to revolutionize something for them, transform something, take them from state A to state B. So again, learn more, really bland. Show me how. You're talking as that customer as well. So you're standing side by side with them on that journey. The next one is save my spot. So this is great for events, masterclasses, bookings. It creates that urgency, but it's not urgency in a way that we're saying tickets are limited. But it also makes me feel a bit exclusive. My spot, I have ownership. So let's sub out register now, which is pretty dry and sad, and save my spot. Again, we're walking side by side with them and we're talking almost on their behalf, and we're making it feel really fun. You know, it's your friend in class calling ahead to you to save them a seat. And it's saying that we know you want to be part of this and you want to take the next step to make sure you're there. The next one is grab the freebie. So again, this is a little bit fun. It's a little bit light. It's a good one to test for opt-ins, lead magnets, downloadable content, all your freebies. And as I've said on the podcast before, it should never be too hard to give away something for free. So try grab the freebie instead of download here, download now, get it here. I think grab the freebie, it adds energy, there's ownership of them taking action. And I think it's also acknowledging, like, it's free, guys. Come on. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, why wouldn't you get this? Another great one, number 4, that I want you to try is get results like these. I think, when you're in the, again, middle funnel, bottom of funnel, and you're showing transformation, you're talking about going from state A to state B, you're talking about the impact that your product, service, course is going to have on their life, you're telling the stories of others. Get results like these is so personal again. If I'm reading your ad content and I'm thinking, God, that sounds like me. Yes, I am overwhelmed with admin tasks to do and would love also to have a business that could map out all my processes and make it so simple for me. Oh, wow. Here's another agency owner that was suffering and got taken on that journey. Get results like these. Oh my God, yes, that is exactly what I want. I don't want to be in the state I am in anymore. So, I think especially with carousel ads that might be taking people on that journey, or if you're sending them to a landing page that has more results as well, get results like these. It's emotional and it's, again, talking to that transformation that we're taking them on. And then the last one, it's a little bit of urgency. And as I said, we're going to use this sparingly, but it's don't miss out. So it's that subtle FOMO. There's not too much pressure. Great for promotions, great for launches, great for limited offers. And it's about adding urgency without sounding desperate. We're not saying the world's going to end. We're not saying, oh, there's only 2 left. We're just saying don't miss out. This is a great offer and you should be a part of it. So I think it's a nice tweak to some of that harder kind of bro marketing, desperation. If you don't do this, your life will just be in ruins kind of urgency marketing. And I think it's a nice twist. So I want you to think about the campaigns you're running. I want you to think about the type of business you have. So service, B2B, coaching programs. I wanted you to think about that funnel and think about if someone's at the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, or the bottom. And I want you to pick one of these CTAs to sub out on ads you're already running and test it for a week. Test it for a week and then come back and compare your cost per click, your conversion rate, and your click-through rate. And let's have a look at what you might see change. And if you don't see change, it could just be not the right CTA for you. You might want to try another one, or you might want to experiment with kind of pimping your own CTAs based on the kind of energy and formulas I've talked about today. So I think, what we want to do is make someone stop scrolling. We want them to have that aha moment, feel that energy and feel that alignment between themselves and your offer. So please jump on, test one out, give it a week, and then come back and tell me how it went. I would love to hear from you in my DMs on Instagram or LinkedIn. And I hope you find this new series really easy, really actionable. I'll be back in another couple of weeks with an ads hack, and I really look forward to hearing how you go. That's a wrap on another episode of Ready, Set, Paid Ads. If you're looking for done-for-you services, training to upskill you in ads management, or free and paid resources to help you plan and execute better ads, head to wiseupmarketing.com.au. If you've loved this episode, be sure to subscribe for future episodes. And if you know someone that would love this podcast too, go on and share it.